In the last video on BEASTARS, we talked about the show's unique production, including frame dropping, fur tech, and Orange as a studio. But this time I want to switch gears from talking about the technical accomplishments of the show to talking about its direction. This is something that CG shows can sometimes struggle with. They'll get caught up in the wonders of the technology, but fail to make it artistically appealing. This is how BEASTARS achieved both. One of the most interesting parts of BEASTARS' production is its split screens. This isn't uncommon at all in anime. Gundam is full of them, battle anime practically consider them a hallmark of the genre, but in these cases, they're mainly used either for reactions or to portray a conversation over the phone. But BEASTARS is a show all about character acting, and the real tension of each episode is literally just a normal conversation. The audience is stuck inside Legoshi's head, and for him, this is the scariest thing possible. The split screen technique does two things here. It shows us the expressions of each character, making Legoshi's anxiety painfully clear, but it also offers the audience no escape. In the same way that 1917 uses its one-shot technique to keep audiences on the edge of their seats, BEASTARS conversations use a split screen for the same effect. There's no chance to take a breath if the camera doesn't let you. If you question director Shinichi Matsumi on the inspiration behind this technique, he'll talk about the original manga. In manga, you read at your own pace, and a lot of information can be compressed onto one page. So if you look at this page, you get an idea of both Haru and Legoshi's expressions within the same glance. This isn't uncommon for manga, but Matsumi felt that anime's sequential structure would detract from this experience. In this way, it's the ultimate adaptation, using screen techniques to adapt manga storytelling in a way that still feels compelling. Matsumi is a technical veteran of the anime industry. Back in the 90s, computers weren't common in anime production, and according to Matsumi, most people didn't even know how to use a mouse. So when the pitch for Steamboy, a digital-heavy film, was made, they needed to find people who actually knew their stuff. Matsumi knew his computers, and thus was made technical director on the film, meaning that it was his job to find a way to bring anime production into the digital space. Through this experience, he learned a lot about CG and digital production, and this has informed his career leading up to working with Orange on episode 4 of Land of the Lustrous, and now serving as series director on BEASTARS. But with that said, despite being invested in CG creation, he doesn't see any reason not to use 2D animation where needed. In fact, he's wholly supportive of taking completed 3D shots and using 2D to amp them up. And there's even plenty of examples of 2D used in BEASTARS. Most commonly, these are the characters that only appear once. Why would you model and rig up a character that you'll only ever see once? It takes time, which makes things expensive. 2D close-ups are also used for the expressions and movements that would be difficult to achieve in CG and wouldn't be able to achieve the same effect. But probably the biggest standout 2D moment of the show is the episode 7 cut by Yoko Kuno. Usually in anime, an animator will draw out all the lines with a pencil, get it scanned in, and then it will be coloured digitally. But Kuno's work is unique in that it was done with coloured pencils from the start. In this way, you get all of these really interesting textures that give off a storybook vibe. Kuno has animated in this way before, but not for a long time, with the strongest resemblance being her music video for Kushe's Airy Me in 2013. Matsumi developed a unique show, not constrained by any particular medium, where even distinctive artists like Yoko Kuno can find a place to shine. And she's not the only one. Just take a look at BEASTARS' stunning stop-motion opening. Directed by Michiya Kato and produced by Rilakkuma and Kaoru creators Dwarf Studio, this is a match made in heaven. Kato has a reputation for his pursuit of originality that transcends genre. Whether it's 3D backgrounds in Tatami Galaxy's opening, the rough appeal of the Drifters opening, or the VFX trippiness of the Paranoia Agent eye catches. When he was approached with doing an opening to BEASTARS, he started brainstorming and ended up asking a friend at Dwarf how they'd feel about doing flocking. The idea of having a lot of individual fibers, or in this case, strands of fur attached to a model. They were up for it, and so the dream collaboration went forward. In stop motion, we're generally more familiar with the claymation of Aardman, or even the felt dolls of something like Pop Team Epic, but BEASTARS' appeal is in Legoshi's fur. Studio Orange went to great lengths to emphasize that this is one furry boy, and Dwarf had to do the same. At this point, there were no figures or anything to use as a reference, so the staff went online and looked at fan-made models to determine what about these characters viewers find important. One of the things Kato was adamant about from the start was that it was going to have a dance scene. The question was, what kind? He's no choreographer, so he searched online for all kinds of dances, but found that videos of pro dancers didn't really work. But then Kato found a video of a first dance at a wedding with a couple who have no clue what they're doing. It's awkward but passionate, and that fit these two characters perfectly. BEASTARS is blessed with a combination of great directors and a production team that's able to effectively capture their vision even when it gets incredibly technical. It's the extra lengths they went to and the new ideas they executed that make this feel truly original. It's gonna be exciting to see what they can come up with for season 2. Thanks for watching The Canipa Effect. There's a whole load of resources to learn more about BEASTARS, which I'm linking in the description, even if I didn't end up using them as a source in this video. But before I go, I'd like to thank these furry friends for supporting the channel. In particular, I'd like to thank Austin Hardwick, Dedameat, Frogkun, Jacob Bosley, JR Pictures, Mike Tamborelli, my own mother, Nolan Soga, and That Yuan Artist.